it's a very big deal. Look, it could be $1 trillion deal, it could be whatever, but it's rare earths and other things.
Two well-informed sources revealed that Washington and Kyiv have reached an agreement on the outlines of a draft minerals deal that is essential to Ukraine's efforts to get U.S. backing as President Donald J. Trump looks to quickly end the war with Russians. According to a source with knowledge of the draft deal, America wants Ukraine to be free, sovereign, and secure, but it makes no mention of any security guarantees or ongoing arms transfers. Moreover, Kyiv and Washington are still debating future weapons transfers, as per one of the sources familiar with the deal contents. Trump informed reporters that Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, desires to visit Washington on Friday in order to sign a very substantial deal.
President Zelensky is going to be coming on Friday. That's now confirmed, and we're going to be signing an agreement, which will be a very big agreement.
The big deal followed a harsh verbal exchange between the two leaders last week. If an agreement to halt the brutality is reached, the U.S. president, who has framed the arrangement as a return for billions of dollars in aid to Kyiv, has stated that some sort of peacekeeping forces is required in the second-largest European country.
Send European troops in Ukraine to back the ceasefire?
European troops may go into Ukraine as peacemakers. So when the agreement is done, they can watch that everything is followed properly. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And a lot of the European countries, I don't want to speak for France, but I know that
any NATO stabilization forces deployment has been rejected by Moscow, which invaded Ukraine on 24 February 2022 in a major escalation and the deadliest conflict since World War II. A few European nations have expressed interest in sending peacekeeping troops to Ukraine. Right the next day, the Kremlin refuted Trump's Monday claim that Moscow would welcome such peacekeepers or security forces. Fears of significant U.S. concessions to Russian President Vladimir Putin that might jeopardize European and Ukrainian security and change the geopolitical landscape have been heightened by Trump's hasty decision to put an end to Russia's war in Ukraine and his stumbling toward Moscow. Last week, Trump one-sidedly referred to Zelensky as an unpopular dictator who must reach a swift peace agreement or risk losing his nation.
A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast.
According to the Ukrainian leader, the President of the United States finds himself in a disinformation bubble. According to sources, officials from both sides have approved the document and suggested that it be signed. According to Politico's national security correspondent, the agreement might allow the United States to access Ukraine's enormous mineral reserves. Trump stated, "What we're doing is now we're saying, look, we want to be secured. The American taxpayer now is going to get their money back, plus," he continued.
But the American taxpayer now is going to get their money back plus.
As Washington demanded rights to $500 billion in Ukraine's natural wealth, President Zelensky declined to sign an earlier draft of a minerals pact.